Hello, and welcome to another podcast brought to you by the Office of Student Services. My name is Alexis Scott, and today we'll be talking about academic advising. This podcast is specifically geared for this year's junior class, the class of 2014. Those of you that know me know that I tend to talk a little bit fast. I'll try to slow down, but feel free to pause accordingly. All right, let's go ahead and begin with the course planning sheet. This is what we use to outline what students need to graduate from TJ. You'll note that the bold indicates the required courses. Note also additional graduation requirements located at the bottom of the page. There's something that's slightly misleading about this form, and that is the summer plans. You'll note that there's 4 summers indicated. However, please remember that there is no summer school, if you will, after students graduate from 12th grade. So keep in mind when you're planning that the summer plans usually refer to the summer prior to that academic school year. When you're ready, let's go on and speak specifically about senior year. So a few things to consider as you help your child select their senior year schedule. First, all seniors take Geosystems. It is a required class, much like English or history, etc. Seniors have a choice as to which flavor of AP English and AP Government they'd like to take. If they're unsure, perhaps you might encourage that they review the online course guide, which is located on the Student Services page under Academic Resources. If students have already completed calculus, we still encourage them to continue to take math beyond that requirement. This could be multivariable calculus and linear algebra, or perhaps AP Statistics, or any math class that surpasses both of those. Seniors should also consider taking their chosen world language through their 12th grade year. Tech Lab placements are announced on February 22nd, after which they are entered automatically into the student schedules. Students who requested a mentorship may be placed temporarily into their assigned lab to be moved later on. So don't be particularly alarmed if you or your child see the lab entered into their projected schedule. We promise we'll get it right by September when they return to school. Both seniors and counselors should be checking to ensure that they have met the graduation requirements. And you'll note that those include one additional credit of non-AP social studies. These include but are not limited to classes like psychology or economics, 20th century world history, history of science, etc. They also include 1 credit of fine arts, like orchestra, band, art, etc., a career or technical ed, such as electronics, robotics, even AP computer science, or a cultural study, something like a 4th year of a world language. And this is particularly important to note that the student is required to have 3 years of one language prior to that 4th year. Students also do need and have already completed that 1 credit of computer science before junior year, and typically have completed that 1 additional credit of science, math, or technology. Other things to consider: seniors should really choose a schedule that challenges them but doesn't kill them. Okay? They need to remember to keep in mind things like college applications, which are more nowadays like a part-time job. For those of you unaware, it is a huge time commitment in the fall, something that even our best seniors don't anticipate. The essays, in particular, will really kill them if they wait until the last minute. Things like mentorship responsibilities for those students that are trying out for a mentorship, these tend to sometimes go above and beyond or surpass what students are doing in their labs. They need to be prepared for that going in addition to leadership positions in clubs or outside organizations. Senioritis, or a quote-unquote illness, if you will, that causes students to slack off somewhat, is real and affects even the best of our TJ students. It's something that's important to note, especially as they plan their schedules. Of course, again, we know that they will choose something that's rigorous, but at the same time, anticipate, and you should know in advance, that typically around 2nd semester, right about now, we start to see kids get inflicted with this quote-unquote disease. So as they're planning, keep that in mind. And on a last note, as always, changing schedules in the fall will be difficult. Students may not have many choices should they change their mind over the summer. Encourage them as we will to think carefully about their choices. That's actually all for today. Should you have any questions, please encourage your student to swing by or email your child's counselor. Thanks again for hanging in there with me. Over and out.